No one really talks about when you get on self improvement and when you've been on self improvement for a decent amount of time is that you really are isolated. You really are alone in your own thoughts. And the most difficult thing is, ever since I got on self improvement, is the fact that nobody can really relate to you. It's hard to relate to anyone nowadays because I'm always just with myself. And even with my friends, it's hard to relate to them because they're not really on self improvement. And then here I am actually trying to change my life. And still, it's not like we were as close as we thought we were going to be, even though we were the closest we were in high school, because that life was completely different to where my life is now. Maybe you're on this path too, and perhaps you're probably experiencing this right now because you probably can't relate to anyone. Maybe not even your parents, maybe your friends, or even your family members. Do you feel like you're the odd one out? Because I feel the same way. I don't feel like relating to anyone that I know. And sometimes I feel discouraged because maybe is there any kind of people that can relate to me? Will I ever find those guys that are on self improvement that are going hardcore, actually trying to change their lives instead of people that are living the same life every single day, being okay with it and just coasting along life? Because as self improvement guys, we want to change our lives. We want to actually better our lives and do things that are meaningful to us. But there's this partner in the journey where it really does get isolating and lonely. As I remember starting this journey not even almost a year ago, I had to cut off all those friends, to cut off all those habits I was doing as the person I was, let alone even a couple years ago to where I was still doing those habits. That really is hard. No one really can relate. And that you're sat there thinking, did I make the right decision? The decision I made, I sat there thinking about it and I'm like, I sold the Switch, I cut off all those friends. I think I did the right thing. And turns out that actually bettered my life. Yet the price of what I had to pay to just get on this journey is just isolation and actually trying to improve my life, building my life brick by brick myself instead of waiting for someone to help me and take care of my problems, because the only person that's going to do that is myself. And if I wasn't going to do that, then I wouldn't be as devoted or willing to just go on this path of self-improvement. So there really are some downsides to this journey because it does get lonely, and you see all the people around you, they're having fun, they're living their best lives, they're hanging out with their friends, going with their girlfriends, and they're not even on self improvement. And that does feel demotivating. As I sometimes just contemplate my life, like I said, it's hard to relate to anyone nowadays because there's really a few people on self improvement. As I see the people in the gym, they go to the gym, but it turns out those people aren't really on self improvement as we thought they were, because they go to their gym and they still might be doing some other things after the gym that may not even relate to the gym or even self improvement. It really isn't easy when you start this journey because it's those sacrifices you got to make at the beginning, and you tell yourself, are these going to be worth it? Is what I'm doing right now going to pay off in the future? And we don't know that. No one knows that, but it's what we do, because if we do that and make that small sacrifice, then that really is going to change the trajectory of where our future is. Because if I didn't cut those friends off, if I didn't stop playing video games, then I wouldn't be where I am today making these videos. So it really is what it really wasn't easy to just start doing this, but I just had to get this in my mind and just be like, you know what, I might have to do this. It might be the price I pay. I might have to cut off those friends. I might have to just be alone because this is the price I got to pay to be great. And you know what? If that's the price, then I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to make that price because this is not going to be easy, and I understand that. So I got to do whatever it takes to get to where I want to be. And you know what? It's going to be lonely. I'm going to contemplate my life. I already have contemplated my life at 19 years old because I still have yet to find those people that are on self improvement and willing to change their lives. And it does get demotivating sometimes, but I keep my morale high. I know that this is the right path and that I'm going to get somewhere in the future that I want to be. So I just got to keep putting the work every single day and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think you should have that mindset too, because you got to like actually take your life seriously and know that there really are things holding you back and things you know you should be doing but you're not doing. So I think it's good to take accountability, because even myself, I don't take accountability and I blame other things. I blame the people around me. I blame everything externally. And then I catch myself looking back and realizing, why did I do that? This is my fault. I took accountability for that, and this is my fault. I got to do something about it. I should stop blaming other things and do something about it, because if we don't do anything about it, then we're going to keep pointing fingers and doing whatever we were still doing and hoping for things to change when things really weren't going to change. So it's a small reflection, man, because this journey does get lonely. It really does. And this really is a price and a struggle we got to do and go through to get to where we want to be. And I understand you completely, bro, because it was not easy to do what you got to do, and for me to do what I got to do. You know what? That's fine, because I know this is all going to pay off in the future, and we're going to get exactly where we want to be unless we do what we got to do today. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm proud of you. I believe in you. I'll see you in the next one.